Hi there, Reynaldo here. Firstly, I would like to thank you for coming in or having a look at our webinar yesterday. I hope you did learn something from it. And if you want more information about us, so if you go to the coaching, so I provided some different memberships for you guys just for you to know from 149.49 even all the way to as a free as if you join as being an observer. All right, so once again, thank you. And once you're ready, email me as well at reynaldo@estetrader.com if you want more further based on one-on-one coaching. Okay, let's go through and have a look on what happened based on our potential method 2 trade, which is the ESMS pattern recognition method of the euro against the US dollar. Okay, let's have a look, and I'm gonna explain here as well on the way how I do things based on a 5-step simple process. So almost close about 24 hours ago, since we basically did that. Okay, so earlier today there were quite a few reports that were important. One was the durable goods orders, extra transportation. We had pending home sales. Was actually the actual is more than the consensus itself, which led the market to go to the roof. Also, the pending home sales 9.5 compared to the previous 6.9. Then we had Bernanke, who testified earlier. And also we had, based on the European Central Bank, President Draghi basically spoke as well. So they're all in high red alert right there, right? So in 41 minutes time, we have the Japanese Nomura Purchasing Manager Index based on the medium. So you'll see a bit more fluctuation of the yen right there. Then we have the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. We have HIA new home sales in Australia, private sector, private capital expenditure in about an hour, close just below 2 hours. So there's quite a few reportings in the next hour or so, and then the rest later on. Back to Japan and Switzerland about 8 hours time, medium. We have GDP in about more than 8 hours as well. And then unemployment change, which is going to be a high impact based in Germany in about 10 hours time, and also consumer price index in about 11 hours time. So the other one right here, similar with the Forex Factory. Okay, let's see about tomorrow. Okay, so here, based on Europe, so there's going to be a few reports based on the euro. So tonight, when we're going to trade live on the FX live trading class, there may be some opportunities of nice momentum trades that we might be able to do. Okay, and the next step, looking at the dollar index. So from yesterday, I mentioned that the odds and probability that there's going to be a correction based on the dollar index is highly probable. And voila, it did. By a part of the level of supply, the high didn't want to supersede yesterday's high, tanking all the way down to 81.50. The odds and probability that the dollar index will drop further tomorrow back around 81 is more than highly probable once again, just as a form of correction. And that means then if we're going to do our euro dollar trade, the probability that it would go further to the upside is highly probable. All right, going to the next step, looking at the futures index, looking at the S&P 500 right here. So it's not as strong as the Dow, but still a nice reversal. However, it's still pretty much in a downtrend, short-term downtrend right here. So the trend is your friend in a shorter time frame. So if it breaks through by tomorrow the short-term time frame, then it's gonna create a new higher high. But if it doesn't want to, then it's gonna come back down and hover around these levels, around the 1510, 1511. It all depends on what we'll do tomorrow. Now there's also this empty space that they can fill in, but never be fooled by it. We're still pretty much in an uptrend, right? Okay, looking at the Dow though, we can see through he created a new higher high today, finished nice and strong, 14,075, highs 14,104, just another 94 points to the upside to break 2007's high. Odds and probability it will do that is highly probable. They might push it all the way to 14.2, then all of a sudden we might see a correction. When that happens, then different story, and I'm gonna short that. Righty, next, going to the next step, step number 2, scoping the market. Alrighty, let's go through. Okay, looking at our method 2 right here, so we basically showed you guys that there's a stop already set in place. Our stop is 130.14, and here's the trigger at 131.368, and guess what? The close of today is 131.368, exactly halfway from the opening and the closing of the body. At the moment, it's just correcting itself, just trying to create a further low, so we might get a better price at the moment. So since we missed the closing price 131.368, then that's fine. The highs were 131.45, and the closing price is 131.28.8. Okay, let's do this. Alright, we're going to buy. I'm gonna put the stop, and we said and mentioned the stop is 1.3014, and we're gonna put our limit with the highest probability of winning is about the 131.67, 131.67. Right there. Press OK. There you go. Okay. Now, in terms of the risk is a little bit bigger than the actual reward itself, risk to reward. However, in terms of the probability of the reward is almost 99.9999%, right? So the odds and probability that it will go through their first target at 31.67 is highly probable. And there we got tier T1, T2, 32.03. That's another 40 odd something pips, which we can also add through there, right? Okay, so we're gonna put into that trade. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in, based on that, method 2. Okay, let me save this. Still trying to save itself. Okay, just bear with me for 1 second. I'm just gonna do a save as before I forget. 227, 102, 27, 13. It's Euro USD M2. Save 27. Okay, what are you feeling? Patient and calm. Okay, same. Feel calm and feel confident. Okay, we look at the dollar index. Short-term bullish. With a minor correction. Yes, you got your euro pretty much once again all day tomorrow. Okay, Dow is bullish and broke 14,000. $198. Okay, it's not a day. Well, it could be a day, but it'll be more of a swing. M2, yes. Short-term downtrend. Demand of supply. Demand. It's in control. The bulls are in control. Okay, I'm gonna go long. Daily market price at 131.32. 131.32. Okay, stop loss 1.3014 T1. $65. 67, sorry. Okay, print screen, maximize that a little bit, save as image, here's D, 222713 M2. Save. There you have it. Time of completion 10 to 15 minutes. Based on analysis from yesterday, 5-10 minutes, probably even less, right? So in total, probably half an hour, and that is it. That's what I do every day, guys. Just less than 1 hour. So if I could do it in 15 minutes or less, then even better. But what helps me as well is basically from analysis from the night before and also from the day before, and I make notes out of it. All right, well, thank you very much for listening once again, for coming in yesterday. Hope you learned something. If you got any questions, please email me at reynaldo@estetrader.com, or when you're ready to have some more of a coaching, either being an action taker, elite trader, or even just an observer, then I'm more than happy to see you online. Take care, guys. Take care until next time. Happy trading.